Now, this is where I'm just going to say, Janusz, what did you think? And you, I believe, are going to go off on Michael Oliver. But I don't want to preempt that too much. I want to set the table first. So he's already on a yellow card, Leandro Trossard, and he jumps into Bernardo Silva. And it's a foul. No one's questioning that. And then just a split second after the free kick is awarded, he's kicked the ball away. So initially, we're not paying attention to that. We're paying attention to him being called over to the referee to be given a second yellow. And it certainly appeared very harsh. Now, both the commentators on Sky in the UK and NBC over here are able to hear the VAR conversation. And the VAR conversation at that time was to do with, and I quote, it was a reckless challenge. Now, reckless challenge is a yellow card. There was no mention in the commentary that the fact that it was given for delaying the restart, which ultimately is what it has been given for, because the PGMOL and the Premier League Match Centre put out a tweet saying that it was for kicking the ball away. Now they've gone back and say, no, it was actually for the foul. So make sense of all this, please.
Look, I mean, when you're watching this, and again, being live here, it almost, I don't know about you, and I don't say that lightly because, I want to be very respectful here and continue to be. But I'll tell you as a fan, as I was watching this, and everything was developing, and now they're backtracking again, right? It almost felt like a conspiracy to me, as if they were as if they were reading Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and say, hey, guys, there's an outrage. I take the first one, the first decision, obviously him being on a yellow, but I don't, I don't take that he should have known better, because to me, that's just a foul. Nothing more. It's not a second yellow card by any means. The nonsense afterwards is even worse, that he kicks that ball away, because if that's the case, if there is no foul initially, I mean, between the whistle being blown and him continuing to play, right? Because he thinks play is on, and there's a player right next to him. What was that? Half a second. So he just continues to play, and he's not kicking the ball away. So, I mean, whatever this is going to be, it feels as if all these players or these referees, and maybe even VAR, everybody involved with their earpieces in the head, were just trying to scramble to make this right, as if they always felt that they made the wrong decision to begin with.
Here's the tweet at PL Match Centre. It was sent about an hour ago, as far as we're talking live right now. The referee issues a second yellow card to Leandro Trossard for delaying the restart. Now, if they now come out and say, wait a minute, it wasn't for that. Because, look, if they're saying that and he kicked it away, Declan Rice has done it, then there's a little bit of consistency there.
He didn't kick anything away, Mark.
And that's the problem.
He finished the play. He went on, the ball popped up, and he's going after the play. There is no whistle there for a foul, right? That's what they're saying, that the whistle wasn't for a foul. He just continues to play because the play and the ball is live, and he wants to win that ball and go on with it. So that's absolute nonsense. It cannot be true.
Okay, let me speak and continue about the inconsistency in relation to what you've just said. Earlier than that, Jeremy Doku kicks the ball away. There's video footage of it all over the internet, and a lot of them are Arsenal fans saying, hold on here, he didn't get anything. He wasn't cautioned, but wait a minute. The PGMOL and the Premier League are saying now he's kicked the ball away. This is Leandro Trossard. So how can one delay of restart not be a yellow card and the other one be a yellow card? Can you explain that?
It's even worse than that, because now, and by looking at it, making some assumptions here, they're saying that Doku was actually pointing and kicking the ball because the free kick should have be taken 10 yards back, right? And remember, we were just talking about the other instance where you said, well, it's just 2 yards, so it's not so bad. So the problem is that there is an inconsistency, because in that, if in Michael Oliver's head, he said, yeah, you know what? Doku was right. That free kick should have been taken from a different place. I'm not going to book him for that, because that is not kicking the ball away. Then how do you explain the other situation? And that just goes to show the inconsistency in refereeing. Once you start making mistakes, it piles on. And I just think that we want all the decisions to be called the same way. Now, that's not always possible, but the difference between so many decisions in this game shouldn't be this big.
The irony, Janusz, is that so often you, me, and everyone else on ESPN FC, we're talking about VAR, especially in the Premier League. This is all on Michael Oliver today and his fourth official and his two assistants. VAR can't get involved for a second yellow card, so they've had nothing to do with this. The Jeremy Doku kicking the ball away or not kicking the ball away, the Leandro Trossard second yellow card. I mean, this is one, we're just speaking straight after the game, but this is one that I don't see how it can shade a good light on Michael Oliver's performance today. Do you?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, and I'm not, not that I want to make excuses or I don't, but this is, in case of Michael Oliver, it's just like players, right? A loss of confidence. Big time players sometimes start a game and it's badly, and it's difficult to shake that off. We often talk about big time players being able to deal with such situations. Most often they do, but a lot of times they don't. So if you make a bad tackle, if you make a big mistake and you concede a goal, sometimes it stays in your head. And I just have a feeling that from the beginning, and you've mentioned, the first few seconds and the collision between Havertz and Rodri and what went on, it was a massive occasion. Michael Oliver, I think for the most part in general, I think is a pretty good referee. As I've said it, it's so easy for us to talk. Massive occasion, yes. Do they have to live up to it? Absolutely. But yeah, you can have a bad game. And unfortunately today, Michael Oliver had a very bad game, and some of his decisions, decided the outcome of the game perhaps.